15th, 2024. We're starting a little bit after 2, approximately 2:02. I call this meeting to order. Please join me and rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. All right, Mr. Evans, our secretary, can you do a roll call, please?
Okay, I see Andrew's here, I'm here, Paul's here, and Vince is also here, Francis is here, and our solicitor Frank Daly is also here.
Thank you. Thank you. All of you should have received the agenda. We did have an initial agenda that was available on Tuesday. We did change the agenda within the required period of time on Wednesday. That agenda was sent to you in advance, at least 24 hours in advance, and also posted on our website in 24 hours in advance, and posted on the door at least 24 hours in advance, beyond the method of compliance. So do I have a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Our agenda is approved. At this time, do we have any public comment concerning the agenda? Seeing none, we'll move on to the next item. All of the authority members should have received the minutes for the July 2024 DeSigra meeting well in advance, provided by our secretary, Ron Evans. We do appreciate that effort. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes of the July 2024 DeSigra meeting?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Questions, comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed, abstained, motion carried. Okay, and you have the agenda?
I do.
Okay, so do you mind making all the motions?
No, I don't mind at all.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
All right, at this time, I'll turn the meeting over to our treasurer, Andrew Nelson.
Okay, good afternoon.
Yep.
All right, so I did email out the reports from Brinker, which I'll be reading from. Our beginning balances as of July 1st, 2024 was $233,183.26. We did receive deposits in the amount of $325,848.16 and interest payments in the amount of $13.82. The amount of checks that we paid out for that period was $237,605, with the ending balance as of July 31st at $321,440.24.
Do you have any outstanding checks at this point?
Yep, we sure do. So on the, well, not including the cover page, on the second page, the bottom of the second page.
2 of 2, correct? Page 2 of 2?
Hang on, make sure I'm looking at this right.
Unclear checks.
Oh, no, they all cleared. All of those cleared. I thought there were uncleared checks.
Yeah, I
But
think
So
so.
page 2 of 2 has the uncleared checks and payments as of 7/31/2024.
You said page 2 of this?
Two
Oh, 2 up to, okay, yeah.
Well, that's where the
There we go. Yep, there it is. It's 5 of them to the amount of, so they total 29,500. So it's checks 1245, 1249, 1255, 1263, and 1261. Those checks are for the Boys and Girls Club of Chester, Interborough Education Foundation, Roshai Community Uplift, Interborough Sailing Association, and Neighbor to Neighbor CDC.
So 3 of those checks, is the date of the report are well over 5 weeks overdue.
Yes.
So are we at the point where we're gonna follow up, or have we followed up with her?
Mr. Treasurer, do you mind if I interject?
I don't mind at all.
So I did speak to, or I did communicate with Brinker Simpson as of yesterday, because part of his report is update on next generation payments not mailed yet as of 8/13/2024. And as of 8/14, all of these checks have been mailed. So all of the grant agreements have been received, and all of these checks have been mailed to the recipients.
But the date on the first three is 20.
Yeah, can I speak to that? So there was, not last meeting, but the meeting before that, there was conversation that the Boys and Girls Club had not even signed their grant agreement. So I think that well, not even I think, I'll reach out to Donna after today's meeting to see if we can have her follow up with all three of those checks that were written from the June meeting to ensure that they had them. And then, from there, I'll report back via email and inform you guys whether or not they have the checks and they're holding them or they never received the checks, so we can get some kind of clarity.
From what I understand, all the checks are out. So we've,
So this
we've,
6/20 date, that's the
Yeah,
date.
what's the date?
that's the date we wrote the check.
Right.
But why would we write the check before we have the grant agreement?
We wrote the check to provide them to Brinker Simpson so they have them on file. So as they get the grant agreements, they can send out the checks.
Got it.
Sure, sure.
And is this part of their contract that they will do the follow-up with the grantees? Is that part of the?
Yes, they've been doing that. Yes, yes. There has been no issue with that. Yes, yes, yeah. Sorry to interject, Mr.
Yeah, no worries at all. All right, if there are no more questions, I make a motion to approve the August 2024 Treasurer's Report.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Francis and second by Ron.
I thought you moved it.
No one needs to move it because you're moving it. You're the treasurer. Am I?
Oh, no, I made the motion.
Yes.
Right.
Right, so I asked for the motion, right? Or did I make the motion? I'm confused now. Which one was I supposed to do? I did ask for the motion, but wasn't,
Fine.
Paul, was I supposed to ask for the
I'll
motion or make
I'll
it?
defer to our solicitor. What would you suggest, Mr. Solicitor?
Well, I thought I heard our treasurer make a motion.
Okay, okay,
Which is acceptable, correct?
Yes,
Okay, that's acceptable.
all right. Okay, so I made it.
then somebody
Ron
had
moved it.
seconded what they made the motion.
Right.
I would really
We'll
like
go
to
with Francis.
Very well. Okay,
Call
so
those.
is
All those in favor?
all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, next, I make a motion to approve payment of invoice DCGA-6 of $197 to Spirit Media Group Incorporated.
Second.
Questions to the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, next I make a motion to approve payment of invoice 1003 in the amount of $1,250 to Majan Technologies.
So moved. Second.
Okay. Questions to the motion? Everyone in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, I make a motion to approve payment of invoice 80199 in the amount of $1,792.50 to Brinker Simpson.
Second.
Been properly second. Questions to the motion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? There are none. Motion carries. Next, I make a motion to approve payment of invoice 51055 for $1,400 to Barbicane Thornton and Company.
Second.
It's been second. Questions to the motion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, so this is, next part, I was gonna give an update and Paul did that. So as of yesterday, all of the payments for the Next Generation Grant have been mailed out. And the next part, as far as the research, so I did reach out to Truist, but I would like to wait until I have all of the information to include two other alternatives before I actually make a report to the board on any bank institutions, money markets, and electronic payments. So,
I did have a question. So
Yeah.
the current arts and culture grant, is there an option did we put, I think we said we were waiting to put the option on the grant agreement for them to receive an electric payment,
yes,
because we don't want to give them false hopes that they're going to get a grant
right.
and we'll collect it later.
Right.
That we've after we and county council have approved the grant.
Right.
Okay.
That's, yeah, that was what we discussed last meeting, which that makes the most sense anyway.
Okay, so we'll receive those. We'll vote on those in September. County council will vote on those in late September, maybe early October. Do you think we'll have a mechanism to facilitate electronic payments by that time frame?
For sure by TD, via TD banking, and
Okay.
I'll make sure that any other alternatives, if we end up switching it, they'll have those.
Okay, all right, thank you. Any other questions or comments for the treasurer? Thank you.
No worries, thank you.
All right, at this time, I'll turn it over to our solicitor to see if he has anything that he'd like to report at this time. Mr. Frank Dale,
I have nothing to report, Mr. Chair.
thank you.
Be glad to take any questions anybody has.
Any questions? Comments? Thank you. At this time, I'll open up to the floor for any unfinished business. Is there anything that we haven't finished that anyone would like to discuss? Okay, we'll proceed to new business. All grants below are subject to county council approval. Do I have a motion to approve a $5,000 grant to Delco Arts Week? And in parentheses, I put, because there's so many different names, I don't know the actual name of the organization or entity. So I put Visit Delco PA or other designate in parentheses. So do I have a motion to approve a $5,000 grant to Delco Arts Week?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Abstain? Motion carried. These are the additional emergency services grants. These are also subject to county council approval. Thank you to the authority for reconsideration of these grants after we received additional information. So that's why they're on the agenda for this month. Do I have a motion to approve a $5,000 grant to Newtown Township Police Department?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstain? Motion carried. Do I have a motion to approve a $1,500 grant to Alden Borough Police Department?
So moved.
Do I
Second.
have a second?
Second.
Any questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Motion carried. Do I have a motion to approve a $1,500 grant to Marple Township Police Department?
So moved.
Do I have a second? Thank you. Any questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Motion carried. Okay, before the next item, I just want to make a comment. We're a voluntary authority, and we've tried to provide a very streamlined and very simple grant application, and I believe Ms. Sheehan would agree with that, given her experience in this grant-making space. We need the applicants to provide all of the relevant information. It's becoming more taxing to follow up with organizations to get things submitted correctly. And we just don't have the time or capacity to do that. So going forward, we're most likely just going to proceed with the initial round. And if there's things that are missing or incomplete, they just won't be in consideration at this time. But I think we've made the instructions very clear, and the applications are very simple and streamlined. They don't take that long to complete, but it's becoming very arduous to have to go back to county council for just a handful of applications after the initial batch has been approved and received. So I just wanted to make that comment and thank everyone for their cooperation in reviewing these, and hopefully we'll have a little bit more streamlined process.
It might not be a bad RFP that just had a sentence. This is the deadline, and have a sentence after that says, please note that incomplete applications
Will not be
will
considered.
not be considered.
No, I would agree with that. I mean, you hate to be sort of overly, I don't know, pedantic or something, but you want to make it very clear, like, please follow all instructions carefully as incomplete applications will not be under consideration. I mean, they just make it as clear as possible.
But I think that's fair housekeeping.
We don't have a paid
Right,
program.
right.
Yeah. And I even received an application after the deadline. I don't know how they did it because we have an online application. I think maybe, I didn't even look at it because it was a PDF. So I think they actually took last year's and changed it and emailed it to me. I said, no, we have an online, totally online process. It's nothing that needs to be sent as a, we've really modernized the whole process of applying since, you know, our initial launch. So, okay, thank you. So one of our major categories is the food and household products and security grant. We're about to wrap up the arts and culture grant, which is open for anyone to go on to desigra.org and apply using the online portal. And that is available until August 31st. We have 31 days this month, 31st. And we'll vote on those in September. So I did want to provide some space for us, and we can potentially launch this food and household products and security grant on October 1st, and then we'll consider those in November, and those will be distributed. Those grants, after county council approves them, will be distributed in late November or early December. Does that sound like a good plan? We don't have to vote on it, just to get in consensus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Anything else for new business from anyone before we move to public comment? All right. At this time, I'll open the meeting to any public comment. If anyone would like to make a comment. Hearing none, I'll move on to authority comments. Anyone from the authority want to make a comment?
I just want to clarify the date of our next meeting because it says it's September 22nd. That's a Sunday.
Oh,
Unless I'm in the wrong year, which. I actually have it on my calendar already for September 19th.
okay.
That's what
Let
I
me
had.
double check. I might have been looking at a different month.
Or a different year. You had moved
Just like you.
to 2020.
I'm becoming like you, you know,
Me.
in a good way. You said sometimes you look at the wrong year. Okay, so September 19th. Yes, our next meeting will be September 19th.
He had it as a compliment.
Yes, it was a compliment. Yeah, it was a compliment. You know, I thought this meeting was next Thursday, and then I was like, oh, wow, that Thursday, we kept up on us real fast.
You can tell how much we treat them.
Yes,
Oh, by the way, it's the first.
yes, no one helped me at all.
Because the first was on a Thursday, so it just didn't seem intuitively wrong, right? Like, no, like you had to actually go look at the calendar to realize, oh, man, we're off.
Right. So our next meeting is on September 19th.
I would like to make another authority comment.
Sure.
I'd just like to say how much I have appreciated working with this group for the last so far this year. And once again, Paul does just a super job of setting, I mean, we're all volunteers and you do a super job of making it very positive and worthwhile and impactful. And it's just such a pleasure to be able to put money back into the community.
Absolutely.
We know people are working so hard to bring to reality.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you. I appreciate
Thank you
that.
to our council, Frank, and to
Sean,
Sean and our new
seeing,
IT maven.
yeah, thank you. You know, it's great to have all these skills and abilities and experiences and different perspectives. I think that keeps us moving forward as a authority. So thank you as well. Okay, any other authority comments? Do I have I'll entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstain, meeting adjourned. Thank you, everyone. Happy Labor Day in advance.
Thank you.
I think my mic was on.